Dan Coughlin is back to serve up another round of crazy but true stories from his many years in the sports spotlight. His book, his third in 6 years, is called Let's Have Another. And in it, he reports on many colorful characters who have called Cleveland home, including himself.
He's here. Yes, thanks for having me, Laurie.
It's great to see you again. And 3 books in 6 years, really? You've been really busy.
Well, you know, I took the buyout from Channel 8. And my wife said, well, time to get busy and start writing these books. Yes.
All right. And you've had 3 now, so you've got still more tales to tell. And we're going to talk about a few of them.
I'm running out of them.
Oh, no.
And
can't
at my
happen.
age, maybe I don't have enough time to write another one.
But we're going to start with Ted Stepien here today.
Oh, good idea. His lawyer told me that he was a lawyer's dream. He said he left lawsuits in his wake. He sued everybody, including me one time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Stepien was, you know, we almost lost the Cavs because of his mismanagement of the team.
Oh, dear.
He had a very profitable company, Nationwide Advertising, an advertising company, offices in over 40 cities. But then, and it was making a lot of money, but the Cavs were draining $500,000 a month out of, yes, because he mismanaged them so badly. And so in the late winter of 1983, he announced on a Sunday afternoon to his lawyer, I'm selling Nationwide Advertising to an investment group from New York, and then I'm moving the Cavs to Toronto. This is all going to happen at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning when these investors come in from New York to sign the papers. The lawyer, Ken Schneider, got on the phone, and for 18 straight hours, overnight, until 9 o'clock in the morning, worked out a deal with the Guns to buy the Nationwide Advertising and the basketball team, something that they had not previously thought of doing. And so they did.
And they kept him here.
Yes.
Oh.
And that's
I didn't know how close we came to losing him.
We came within a few hours, yes. But then, of course, most people remember Ted only for one thing, and that is throwing the softball from the top of the Terminal Tower as a publicity stunt.
Caused a little damage.
Yeah, during the 50th anniversary of the Terminal Tower, his first throw hit a car on Superior Avenue. His second throw hit a man on his shoulder. His third throw hit a woman on her, broke her wrist. And then finally his 6th throw was caught as scheduled by a softball player down below it, yes.
All right, well, Don King is another chapter in the book, right?
This is a guy, he gets out of Marion Correctional Institute, did several years for, they got it down to manslaughter. He stomped Sammy Garrett to death. He was a numbers runner. Okay. And that was Don's business. He was in the numbers rackets. So anyway, he got out of jail in 1973 or 4, and he said, I'm going to go straight. And so he became a boxing promoter.
Just like that.
And at one point he said, I tried to go straight, but I couldn't. I'm in a business that you can't go straight in.
How about, you've got all these celebrities in the book, but you've also got the bear wrestler. So how did he end up in the book?
This is an old acquaintance of mine from St. Ed's High School. And by the way, and he was an advertising salesperson at the Plain Dealer at the time. And so he had an opportunity to wrestle the wrestling bear in the Sportsman Show. You're too young to remember that, but in the old days, they had a lot of shows at the Sportsman Show, including every year Victor the Wrestling Bear. And so he got on, they did it on a stage, and this was the highlight of Tucker Keegan's life. He wrestled the wrestling bear. Of course he got pinned, he got mauled, but it bothered him. He really wanted to do it a second time. Oh, and so the wrestling bear was appearing somewhere else, and so he got on the list again and wrestled him again and got pinned again.
Of course.
And see, but he had pestered me for a long, I shouldn't say pestered, but he kept repeatedly asking, could I be in my next book?
So
would
you
I
put
do
him
a story on him in the next book? And he said, but just leave me with a shred of dignity. Wait a minute. You're wrestling bears and you want a shred of dignity? That left you long ago.
Great stories. I wish we could talk about them all. But
hey, I've got the time, by the way.
I'm thirsting for more. Are you thirsting for more behind-the-scenes sports stories? Then drink in Dan Coughlin's latest, but probably not his last book, Let's Have Another. My thanks to Dan for pouring out a few more true tales for us today.
Laurie, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
To order Dan Coughlin's book, Let's Have Another, call Gray & Company Publishers at 216 431-2665 or log on to www.graco.com. Next.